I'm ready to go.
Okay, all right, first few pictures is the outside dimensions of the home. And then we start on the exterior. The paint is chalky. House could use a paint job here in the near future. The hose bib at the right side of the house, it leaks from the stem when it's on. It's not really a big deal now. If it starts leaking when it's off, that's when it should be repaired. Trim the trees away from the house. The drain line for the AC system is draining uphill, so it is not draining properly. It needs to be corrected. The main shutoff is at the left side of the house, but it is missing the shutoff knob, and it is actually leaking from the stem. So I would recommend replacing the whole shutoff itself.
Okay.
The AC system is older. It's from 2004, so it's going to have its 14th birthday this year. The breaker in the main panel is a 60 amp breaker, and it calls for a 20. So that's something that should be addressed. It's oversized, so it won't trip the breaker. The pavers at the front are loose at various areas. The shutoffs for the washing machine are corroded, and they're both seeping a little bit, so they're leaking from the valves a little bit. This stand pipe is for the washer drain. It's actually leaking at the connection down here and is not properly secured to the wall. Ceiling cracks, these are very typical in the garage, just the type of the building materials. It's no issues other than cosmetic, and they've been repaired in most areas. A little bit of rot at the exterior entry door of the garage, just from water. The water heater is from 2011, 40-gallon unit, provided plenty of hot water today. There is some corrosion at the shutoff valve, which is an indication of a prior leak. It's not leaking now, but like I say, it could be a prior leak. The exposed Romex wiring on top of the water heater should be concealed in conduit. Electric panels located on the rear exterior wall. Only issues I had with it are, like I said, the AC breaker is oversized. It calls for a 20, it's got a 60, and then this breaker at the bottom is not labeled. Wiring all looked good inside. Roof, concrete tile, main roof. It looks to be in real good shape. There are a few minor cracks in some of the tiles. These are considered more cosmetic than anything else, however should be repaired and sealed to prevent further damage down the road. Cracks there, and just a couple more cracks and chips there. The flat roof looks to be about 2 years old. There was no permit date for this, however, just by eyeballing it, knowing what they look like, it's about approximately 2 years old. Has plenty of life expectancy on it. This roof is typically replaced after about 12 years, so it's probably got about 10 years left on it. Just recommended to clean the valleys on the roof every once in a while to get all the leaves and debris out of there. These are just random interior and plumbing photos. There is some corrosion on the hot supply underneath the bathroom sink. Could be a sign of a previous small leak. It's not leaking now. There are signs of water intrusion at the sliding glass door back here. There's a sprinkler head right over here in the corner, so it sprays over here. So there's a little deterioration on this wall, and then the sliders need to be resealed because it is getting a little bit of moisture in there. 16% is not high, it's just considered to be damp. And there's some old damage inside one of the windows where they probably hadn't caulked for a while, so there's a water intrusion that occurred. It's dry now, so no episode or issues there. And the splits for the AC system, this is where we measure the temperature to determine if it's working properly. Should be a minimum of 14 degrees on the high side of 22. From the difference between in and out, the temperature going in was 72, coming out is 62 and 64, so it is not working properly. So it definitely needs further attention by an HVAC contractor to determine what's going on. It could be as simple as service, or it may need replacement parts. Due to the age of the unit, it's highly recommended to obviously have it done before moving forward. Make sure that it's working properly for you. And we're going to go to the attic. You have the proper nails for the roof decking to get wind mitigation credits. The air handler does match the outside unit, and there is some rust and water in the pan. It's likely because of that drain not being properly angled, but this will go along with the AC service. You do have hurricane clips. Unfortunately, there's only 2 nails in them. They're required to have 3 nails in order to get the credits. That is something that can be done after the fact if you want to determine what the discounts would be after the fact and have the 3rd nail put in. And there is some termite damage up there. Looks to be old, but you have a termite inspector here as well, so he'll determine that. And the insulation overall is good. It's considered adequate. However, you can always add more insulation. So if you want to have an energy audit done and have insulation added, the energy audits are free by the power company, and then you can add insulation after the fact to lower your cooling costs. And we're back to the beginning again. Other than that, the only things that I have as far as notes are concerned, the toilets are both stained at the base and have high moisture, so they need to be reset on new wax seals. And that is it.
Okay, you want to say hello?
Hi.
Danny.
I got your inspection. Thank you.
All right, Stephanie, so if you have any questions, just let us know. Thanks.